I'm Alex Makovica from inside the Nebraska Soybean Board studios. Let's recap some factors shaping today's commodity trade. Mike Zuzolo with Global Commodity Analytics joins us for this conversation. On the grain trade today, Mike, corn trading about a penny higher, beans trading about 4 cents lower, wheat 5 cents higher. The big thing I think these grains are finally focused on is the weather. How are you seeing that impact trade today?
I agree, Alex. I feel like earlier this week, the wheat trade in particular really took a nosedive on anticipation of really good rains. And I would say maybe the new crop corn and the old crop corn both did the same thing with Western Corn Belt rains really being seen in both major models. That flipped on us Tuesday, Wednesday. So we may be sitting up in terms of the price action here going into the 3-day holiday, maybe setting up the first weather market of the 2025 planting and growing season here in the United States. And I think that's in part why the hard red wheat July futures specifically able to make new weekly highs today.
Let's turn our attention to livestock trade today. We've got a cattle on feed report coming out after the close this afternoon. Right now, the April contract for feeders trading up over 340. What do you see in this trade today ahead of that report?
Yeah, the higher we go on new record highs, the more we're going to have to feed the bull and get some price friendly, I think, data and numbers from USDA, Alex. We kind of know that the Packers have probably been backing up marketing, so we're not real excited about the marketing's number, but I think the placements number being up there above 100 and even 102 for an average is a little bit heavy. So I'd like to see that number below 102 and then keep those on feed numbers down around 11.6 million head. I think that could maybe then justify the price action that we've seen in these record highs in the feeders this week. Otherwise, might be coming back from the Easter holiday with some long liquidation by the funds.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's round it out. We like to get your insight on export sales for the week. What numbers stuck out to you?
More mixed on the beans again. Beans are still the leader to the downside thanks to the product numbers. We saw meal and bean oil give us a weaker number, 60 some percent weaker when it came to the bean oil versus the 4-week average, and 18% lower when it came to the meal. So beans, WASDE report, export sales still suggest we're probably trading a bit too high. We can talk more about that on the channel final bell, though.
All right, lots of topics to dive into later this afternoon. Mike Zuzolo with Global Commodity Analytics will join us later this afternoon. Catch it at Rural Radio Network stations or by going to ruralradionetwork.com. I'm Alex Makovica reporting.